Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know, surprise, surprise, right? I am back talking about an issue that just won't go away. Every single week now, there is a new situation of a dude competing in women's sports. We are almost in what? June of 2025, and this is still going on. Still. What a joke. And all the news and controversy, as I'm sure some of you know about, is surrounding a male athlete out in California who goes by the name of AB Hernandez. And I tell you now, he is completely destroying girls' track and field events. Massive understatement. And just recently, you guys aren't going to believe what I'm about to say. I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud. But just recently, he secured his place in 3 finals. 3. The high jump, the long jump, and triple jump, and he came out on top on all of his prelim heats. But apparently, so we're told, there is no biological advantage. Nah, not at all. And to have dudes competing in girls' sports because, they just say they're girls and they're allowed to compete in there is normal and fair. And it's all about inclusivity. Right. And that's not the only thing I'm going to be talking about in this video. Yeah. There's more. There were also protests that descended into chaos all surrounding the situation. A plane flew over with a banner that said no boys in girls sports, and a CNN host got wrecked after she tried calling AB Hernandez a girl. It's CNN, so yeah, common sense doesn't exist over there. To actually get a job over there, you have to have no common sense. It's on the requirements. So yeah, a lot to get into with this video, but before we get into all of it, if you could, ladies and gentlemen, as always, make sure to leave a like rating as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, and let's get into all of this. So as you guys can see, the Mail Online have reported violent protests erupt in California as trans athlete thrashes female rivals in defiance of Trump's executive order as her glamorous mother hits back at president. What kind of wording is that? Glamorous Anyway, AB Hernandez, 17, sealed his place in 3 finals yesterday. High jump, long jump, and triple jump after coming out on top in all of his preliminary heats. This included a triple jump of 41 feet, nearly 10 inches further than his closest rival. And again, apparently the biological advantage doesn't exist. The sky is also red. The dramatic row has sparked fury across the US, as it should, with Trump even threatening to hold back large-scale federal funding and blasting the state governor, who he claims has continued to illegally allow men to play in women's sports. It's California, should we expect anything else? Hernandez's glamorous mother, I can't believe what is this? Who has also been confronted by angry parents whose daughters are losing out on gold medals. Very stunning, brave, progressive. Yesterday, however, responded to the dramatic onslaught. She slammed the president's weapons of harm and saying her son, had become the target of a national campaign of cruelty. Yes, we're the victims here. We're causing all of this controversy, but it's everybody else's fault, apart from our own. Hernandez has previously faced controversy from her own competitors, with a teenage girl he beat to first place waited for him to get down from the top of the podium before posing up there herself, and that went viral absolutely everywhere because the crowd cheered for her. And as protesters descended on the California Interscholastic Federation state finals, police were dramatically called in, with protesters turning physical and even using pepper spray. They arrested one alleged LGBTQ activist, of course, who was accused of shattering a car window with a flagpole. As Sergeant Chris Hutchinson of Clovis Police Department said, he doesn't have room for violence. Videos of the alleged attack show a masked protester, of course, with a trans flag walking up to a car before thrusting it through the window. The person in the car claims that they responded with pepper spray. So this obviously very kind individual, who is an LGBTQ plus activist, went ahead and put a trans flag through a car window. The Be Kind Brigade, always acting very kindly, aren't they? Nah, it's always the opposite. But as the girls took to the field, a plane even flew a banner across the high school track and field championship stating, "No boys in girls sports." While the girls competed, he was heckled by gathered activists and others wore "Save Girls Sports" t-shirts. I think one thing is perfectly clear, this situation is getting very intense and a lot of people are not happy about it. The nation now is holding its breath as the finals will kick off today, with Hernandez predicted to dominate his categories. And I will be reporting on all of that as soon as it happens. If this dude wins all of his categories, There is going to be a lot of controversy. But let's get into some posts on social media all surrounding this situation. We have Safia Laray who posts, male AB Hernandez is dominating girls CA track and field championships. CIF State is allowing this to happen. Join the 13,000 plus who have signed the petition xxonly.org urging the CIF to follow Title IX. He is the top qualifier for high jump and long jump, currently the highest in triple jump. You don't have to be from CA to sign the petition. At Gavin Newsom, you're an embarrassment. And let's get into this video footage. And oh, by the way, she's completely correct there. Gavin Newsom, you are an embarrassment. As you can see, there is AB Hernandez at the back there. Someone shouting, that's a boy. What an absolute disgrace. Let me put the mouse down, and this is what the woke activists want everybody to do, you know, clap and cheer, because this is obviously very stunning, very brave. Absolutely not. Let's now get into this post that Riley Gaines put out surrounding the banner that was flown. She goes on to say, plane flies no boys and girls sports banner at California Track and Field State Championship. AB Hernandez, a boy. You can't say that. How dare you state the facts. But this boy will compete in the girls high jump, triple jump and long jump finals tomorrow. Great work by @WomenAreReals and Icons Women. So I'm assuming those two organizations there had something to do with the banner, funding it, etc, etc. And let's get into the video footage. So there's the plane there, and there you go, there's the banner. No boys in girls sports.
No boys in girls sports. This is flying over the CIF Track Championship right now in Clovis, California at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Wow.
There it is right here, folks. This is going on now.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, well done to the people who organized this, but you have to say, look what is going on. Look at all this stuff that is happening. All because of what? Dudes are being allowed to compete in girls sports. You know, this could all be avoided. None of this needs to happen. We don't have to see banners in the sky. We don't have to see protests if people just stuck to common sense and not delusion. But no, people out there just insist. They insist on allowing dudes to compete in girls sports. But again, you know, well done to the people who organize this. This is what people are doing to speak out against this whole situation. Now we also have another video of a girl stepping onto first place after AB Hernandez won and the crowd cheering. This person goes on to say, trans-identified male athlete who beat a girl last weekend at the Masters meet in California was met with no applause, while the girl who came in second was met with much louder cheers. The other competitors did not take the podium. Wow. How you can be proud standing on first place there is beyond me. You know, that dude walking off, hearing the cheers, man, that must be embarrassing. You love to hear and see it. But finally, we have the viral segment from CNN. As you can see, Colin Rugg goes on to post, new, California attorney Julie Hamill corrects CNN's Brianna Keeler after she tried calling biological male track athlete AB Hernandez a girl. Keeler was very confused during the interview and struggled to keep up. Keeler says, what would make this fair for her to compete? Hamill, who is her? Keeler, AB. Okay, AB Hernandez is a male who identifies as a female. What would be fair is to have Hernandez competing in the male category. Wow. Some common sense. Colin Rugg says, @Hamill Law sounds like she is talking to someone in middle school. I actually think that's too much of a compliment because I think middle schoolers are smarter than the people that work at CNN. I think we can agree on that one. But this clip is around 4 minutes, 30 seconds long. I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, but let's see what went down.
What would make this fair for her to compete for those who are competing against her? What would that kind of structure in competition look like?
Who is her?
AB.
Okay, AB Hernandez is a male who identifies as a female. What would be fair is to have Hernandez competing in the male category. It is not fair to the females competing to have to compete with a male.
Okay, so in Trump's federal funding threat, is that something, though, that would hurt all student athletes, including athletes who are assigned female at birth?
Would his federal funding threat hurt athletes?
If the money is taken away.
Right. So the law actually says that schools that do not abide Title IX or other federal laws cannot receive federal funds. So that's not Trump's fault. The problem is that the state with AB 1266.
But you understand, Julie, there's two views here on Title IX. So just to be clear, not everyone agrees with you on how you're viewing it. So in that regard, if you were to take away the funding on as it pertains to trans athletes, not everyone agrees with you. I think we just have to be clear about that. If you are taking away the funds,
how do the people get these jobs, man?
Athletes, student athletes in California, isn't that going to hurt all of them?
You have no common sense? Come on in, we need you.
Taking away federal funds is going to hurt all California kids, which is why the state of California needs to comply with federal law. It's very simple.
There are obviously clear benefits to playing sports, to competing in sports. So when you're looking at an athlete like AB Hernandez, what would you have her do so that she can benefit from sporting?
Compete with the men.
I view AB Hernandez as the victim in this situation. I feel for him, and I feel that he has been lied to for his entire life, and it's probably very destabilizing and difficult for him right now to realize that what he's been told is not actually reality. He cannot become a girl. What he can do is compete in the male category.
Okay,
or
let's stick to sports. So you say compete in the male category, or what?
Or don't compete. Pretty simple.
Or if the state and CIF want to create a separate category for people like AB Hernandez, and that's something that they want to do, fine. It is not fair to female athletes who have worked their entire lives for this kind of competition, who also, by the way, cannot speak out for fear of retaliation, which AB Hernandez's mother has personally threatened against them. So it's very unfair for our girls and women in California to have to compete with males, have to share facilities with males, and then not be able to speak up about the unfairness because people are going to label them as bigots.
Now, there's obviously a lot I agreed with there, and there's a lot I didn't agree with. I don't agree with feeling sorry for these male athletes. I don't believe they are a victim in this situation. At some point, you know what you're doing is wrong. You know you shouldn't be competing in there. They have the ability to step aside and say, no, you know what? I'm going to compete in the male side of things. But they don't. They continue to compete with the girls. You know, that is a personal choice. That is a choice that they are making. But again, you know, look at all of this discourse, debate, controversy going on because society has moved so far away from truth, reality, common sense. But that is the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to leave all of your thoughts down below about this situation. I'd like to see them all. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.